world, it's Berto Pray 5 Qapla. Welcome to the members only stream for December 2022, and my deepest apologies for the time of the stream. I know yesterday I told people it would be later in the afternoon or evening, and here it is at 4 p.m. or 4:15 p.m. Merely the same time as usual. I forgot we had a change in my physical therapy, which is usually Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Yesterday, I got it. The physical therapist asked to change it to 6 p.m. And I said, okay, good. So I thought I could just move the stream to 4. I set it up last night, but completely forgot about it this morning until just a couple hours ago. And I had wished to have it updated all day so people could see the new time, but listen, it was either go live now or we pretty much lose the whole day. So I figured better to go live now and salvage what we can. I mean, let's face it, these aren't the busiest streams, and any member who does wish to get my attention, you can always do so. Message me on YouTube, message me on Twitter, message me at fertilepray5@aol.com, message me on Discord, on Skype if you have it, or whatever else. And I'm, of course, open to talking or whatever. You don't have to do it during one of these streams. And but you're more than welcome. So if you're here, great. If you can't make it, if you're watching this later, you missed it. My apologies, but you can contact me however you want, anytime you want, and I will always be there, especially for you generous members. So thank you all again. It's been another very good month as memberships go. The channel doing decently well. I'm for the first time, and again, I'm knocking so much wood. Oh my God. I'm knocking on wood because I am, what's that? Not claustrophobic. I am superstitious like that. I dare not say that I'm feeling good, but I am again feeling good. Or been sleeping well. The anxiety has been low today, and I can hopefully get back to doing some videos again. I've got so many I want to do, but I don't want to be one of those people who just makes up excuses, but it's unfortunately a solid excuse when you just don't feel right. It's the first thing that goes is your creativity and drive. So, but this isn't about that. Let's welcome everybody to the chat. The link is up for anybody who wants. Let me go ahead and pin the message, pin the link. Carlo Albanese was first in the chat today. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Carlo. 47 Yorktown says hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Qapla. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Caroga. Yvette says good evening, Bird and everyone. Qapla, Yvette. Thank you so much. The beautiful Yvette. Not Ryan Johnson says no matter what happens, blame Caroga. 47 Yorktown says something in French. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Bonjour. Is that bonjour? No. There's a J in bonjour, isn't there? I don't know. Bonsoir. Maybe it's misspelled. I don't know. Yvette says it back, so I guess it's not misspelled. And Yvette says, that great to hear, Bird. I would come up, but I'm poop. No problem, Yvette. No worries at all. So it is December 13th, 1 month 1 month past my birthday. I'm sorry to say that nephew O'Prey is pretty sick, though his fever broke. Is that still true? Yeah. We haven't heard from them today. Yesterday, we heard that his fever broke. He had 103 plus fever, and he had to go to the doctor's office twice yesterday, or the day before with cysto prey. Just possibly flu, possibly, something else. We're not sure what. He took a whole bunch of tests. She was waiting for the results. But and again, knocking wood, he was sounding and feeling better yesterday afternoon than he was yesterday morning when he was so out of it. We hope Mama prays, assuming since we didn't hear from her that things are going well. Mama Pray was also trying to figure out what to buy him for a Christmas gift, and she found finally something. We now have a sliding pond for the house. It's a small one. It's like a rubber plastic kids sliding pond that you put together, but he loves the slide. When he goes to the park, he loves to slide down the slide. And when he's in here, he loves to make slides off of the furniture by like putting things at the side, like on the edge of the couch or the edge of the bed, and try to slide down them, although often they fall apart because they're not actually made to be slides. So Mama Pray thinks this will actually be a really good gift for him since he loves to slide. If she can get it together. It's 90% together. It just needs, she could probably use a heavy mallet to get it to click together. Or my physical therapist, when he comes later, he might be able to help her push it through, or Ciso Pray. But we're pretty close. We're pretty close to having it together. So that'll be nice for nephew O'Prey. Whenever he's here, whenever he gets a chance to be here next. As we know, Mama Pray's birthday is the end of this week. So I don't know if he'll be here that soon, but we'll see. 47 Yorktown says, his note to self, no French in bird stream. I just thought bonjour had a J. Yvette says, and kisses to Charlie for me. Will do, Yvette. Not Ryan Johnson says, feel better soon to Charlie. I took a whole bunch of tests, but they were all math and I failed miserably, says Not Ryan Johnson. Actually, nephew O'Prey, it seems like, if I had to guess, I think he's going to be pretty good at math. He seems to like numbers. He's doing basic addition and subtraction, which for a 2-year-old is for me, honestly, beyond belief, but he definitely is doing it. 47 Yorktown says, feel better to nephew. Oh, pray. Thank you, 47. So this is the member stream. So does anybody have any channel feedback for me? Anything you think I'm doing right, you think I'm doing wrong? I mean, let's face it, let's not beat around the bush. This last week, had some drama. In fact, I had some drama streams. I know this is generally not the place for YouTube drama. I know it makes some people uncomfortable. On the other hand, some people love the drama, and they are pulled to it. And honestly, I kind of get a little upset with myself for making it maybe overplaying the drama. I don't know. It to me, and Mama Pray can back this up. It was weighing on me very, very heavily. And right or wrong, I kind of felt better whether an apology was actually due or not. I felt better after the fact. Even though I only apologized for one very specific, very little item, uh, the fact that the other person seemed to take it as a general apology and feels better for about himself. Good for him. I think we're both. I think it's better for both of us at this point. But um, I don't know. Was it too much? Should I not have done it? Should I not have apologized? Should I not have made a drama stream?
You're a nicer person than me.
Mama Pray just felt the need to say I am a nicer person than she is.
I was sending Uncle Paulie.
She was going to send Uncle Paulie. Gorilla's random thoughts is, hey Gorilla, and you know what, Gorilla, your stream yesterday, Gorilla, what Gorilla wants for Christmas, guys, check out his stream yesterday. Gorilla just wants the community to come together. He doesn't want he doesn't want what I don't want. We just want, it's not, life's too short. Life's too short to have issues to hold out. Listen, I'm not that it's not that things are without reason, okay? You could be right, but it still doesn't make it healthy. It still doesn't make it good. Okay, you could totally be in the right, but who wins? Who wins if you're miserable because you were right for years and years? I don't know. It's just not worth. Not Ryan Johnson wants more rants. Yvette is saying, "Oh, what drama?" But she's laughing. Not Ryan Johnson says, "Drama, the damn drama." And Yvette agrees with Mamo Pray.
I like love.
Mamo Pray says she knew she liked you, Yvette. I don't know if you can hear Mamo Pray. She's on the other side of the room. So more rants. I agree, not Ryan Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I love a good rant, but it has to be real. It has to be earned. And I much rather rant against a company, a politician, a law, a corporation, something like that, rather than a community member. Okay, I mean, if I'm ranting about a multimillionaire or a congressperson or UPS, fuck UPS and the goddamn website that makes me always click I'm in the fucking United States of America, even though they know damn well where I am just by me being in the United States of America. They don't have to ask where I am. Why does every fucking other company in the world collect where the user is by their IP address, but fucking UPS makes people click where they are, even though they know where you are? But again, that's one type of rant. There's a whole other when it's, someone we know, someone we see on camera, someone we've spoken to, we've had fun with, we've argued with, and we know their family, we know their life situation. It's a different thing. It's a different type of rant. It's not a type of rant I wanna have. Yvette says, "Bird, on Friday, I'm going to send a recorded song for Mama Pray so you can play it to her." Ah, thank you, Yvette. Yvette says, "It's better to rant about life, not individuals. but occasionally it has to be done. And not Ryan Johnson says, there we go. Just mentioning rants brings out a rant. It's just so stupid. And the fucking easiest thing to do on the internet is to figure out where somebody lives. There's, I don't know, there's dozens of free software packages and hundreds of paid ones that are created to find out where your traffic is coming from. It's a probably billion-dollar market. You want to find out where is your traffic coming from. There's lots of companies that put lots of work together to scan all the IP addresses that have ever been sold, and they know with pretty good precision to within like a tenth of a mile sometimes where each IP address in the world actually is. Okay. So if you are just need to find out whether you're in North fucking America, okay, you don't need somebody to click that they're in North America. Maybe you need to click to see if I was in Queens or Nassau County, which is, 2 miles east of me, Nassau County, and I'm in Queens County. Maybe you could say there you need positive affirmation because the physical IP address isn't quite there. They're only right 98 times out of 100 as opposed to 100 out of 100. But to tell you what fucking continent I'm on, no, that is 100% dead on balls accurate. And if I didn't want to be on North America, I could have a proxy that could show you any fucking other country I wanted to show you anyway. So the only people who would be wrong would be people who were purposely obfuscating their IP address to begin with. So nothing's going to be 100.00000% correct anyway, but the free and the paid software out there is already at the 99.99% correct level. And there's no fucking reason somebody need to click that box other than to fucking annoy them, you dumb bastards. So, what, Mama Pray?
I said a full house.
Oh.
Big flood.
Mama Pray. Mama Pray is playing Governor of Poker, and a full house beat her flush for Mama Pray. So it's December 13th. We're 2 weeks from Christmas.
Less,
2 days, less than a week from Mama Pray's birthday.
less than 2 weeks from Christmas.
Less than 2 weeks from Christmas. About 2 weeks. About 2 weeks from Christmas. 3 weeks from the end of the year.
Is Mr. Londell there?
No, Mr. Lundell isn't.
Oh. I need to ask him again this year. Does he think next year will be better or worse?
47 Yorktown says hashtag members only rant. Today's the birthday of a good friend, but one who moved to Florida many years ago. Don't get to see them much anymore. Let's be honest. I guess I don't get to see any of my friends much anymore, whether they live in Florida or they live 8 or 10 miles away. The last friend I used to see on any regular basis, he only lived about a mile away, not even. He used to come by once every few weeks, but then he moved out to Long Island, so he's like 10 miles away, and now I haven't seen him since, well, long before COVID. Haven't seen anybody pretty much friend-wise since before COVID.
Son, now it works.
The mallet worked, good. Yeah, I had to remind Mama Pray that we have the mallet. Mallet, a good rubber mallet is everybody should have a good rubber mallet in their house. There's all types of applications for it. Yvette says 3 days left at work, then 3 weeks off. Woohoo! Very cool, Yvette. Very cool. Not Ryan Johnson says Yvette's lucky and well deserved. Deserved, that is, yes. Yvette says thanks to Not Ryan Johnson. It's been a very busy year. I'm sure it must have been. I'm sure it must have been. I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to see my friends. I know I'm wrong. I want to hang out, talk with them, but just the germs. The germs, most of them all have kids. And they, meaning that they have kid germs. Now, granted, we have nephew O'Prey, so he comes with the kid germs, but I guess it's pretty much the same thing. I don't know. I don't know. We used to play poker. We used to have poker games and hang out for a few hours on like a Saturday or a Sunday. I don't even know if I would do that anymore. It's been so long. I feel like I'm out of practice. Not Ryan Johnson says once people go out to Long Island, it's like falling into the Bermuda Triangle. No idea what happens to them. I know they're out there. I mean, they send me occasional emails. And, one of them even talked to Sis O'Prey and said, yeah, they'd like to come over at some point. But, like, half the time, I'm not feeling good. And when I am feeling good, it's like I'm busy. I don't want to take time out to stop and just, what are we going to do? Talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? We're going to catch up. We could have said the same thing over Facebook. And then what? I don't even know. I forgot to hang out. I forgot how to hang out with friends. And I'm only half joking. I mean, I get serious. I mean, I was never okay. When I was able to walk, yeah, it was good. It was fun. We would have a good time. I mean, we'd order food and we'd put things out and, people just talk but we all were doing things, including me. We had interesting stories to tell. I mean, for me now, my interesting stories are 15 years old.
Don't put you 14.
14 years old. And, it's okay if there's 4 or 5 people, they can all talk, and because they're still talking with each other and they hang out and listen, and that's all fine and good. But when it's just one other person here, well, it's like, well, you can tell me what's new with you, but I don't really have much to say with what's new with me. it's just kind of a one-way conversation, which I'm guessing is awkward as hell for them, and it's not particularly interesting to me. Pop Culture Curator says, hello, everyone. Hey, Pop Culture Curator. Says, Qapla Bird, hope you and the family are doing well. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator. Pretty decent today. Yvette says, so are my stories, even older, but the monkey story still makes people laugh. Well, that's true. Although I don't know if laugh is the right word at the monkey story. I don't know. We'll see. I wish we were going into summer instead of winter.
Me too.
I'm at Mamo Frey, of course, feels the same, but feel like I'm just possibly getting better and starting to feel good. Like now's the chance. Now's when I'd want to start headed outside or getting some air, but now it's fucking too cold. Too cold and dark. It's going below freezing now. And today, oh man, today, I don't know if it still smells. We got a terrible smell of fire. There's a giant fire in the police impound lot in Brooklyn, which is quite the distance. It's the other side of the city, but it was such a giant fire that we get the smell here, and the wind is coming directly from there. So every time Mamo Frey opens the door, it smells like and burning rubber, and God knows what other chemicals are out there. Oh, we got somebody. Hey, pop culture curator, Qapla.
Hello, Qapla. So good to see you, Bird. I don't get to talk to you on your panel very often.
No, they're not. Welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question for Mamo Prey. It's
Question
off
for
topic.
Mamo
So
Frey.
and yeah, it's
Sure.
off topic and it's out of nowhere. So Jill and I just covered the episode, and Scotty, Jill, Scotty, and myself just covered the episode of Star Trek Shore Leave. And on the planet, as you know, on that planet, the plot is that whatever you think of comes true or
Mhm.
comes to life, right?
Right. Yes.
So at the end of the stream, when we were covering, when we were reviewing, and giving our reviews, our grade of the episode, I asked each person present what would they do if they were on that planet. What would they wish
Mhm.
for? And the reason why I asked is when I was young and I first watched Star Trek, I was envisioning, well, I would wish for roller coasters, maybe dinosaurs, all this fancy stuff. But now that I'm older, it's interesting because now that I look at it from a different perspective, if I was on a place like that where I could wish for something, I would actually wish for past family and friends that have passed away. Some of them I have not. I never had a chance to say goodbye. I never would have thought of that when I was a kid. But now that I'm old, that's what I think of. I would like my mother. She passed away unexpectedly. I never had a chance to say goodbye, and things like that. So my question for Mom will pray is, if she was on a planet like that, would she ask to see people from the past, or would she just do like fun stuff, entertaining stuff?
I could
Does that
tell you,
make
I
sense?
know exactly what she would say, but she would, well, let's see. Mom, okay, you have a minute?
Well,
Okay, do you have a problem? Can I talk to you?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, pop culture curator, they were watching a Star Trek episode earlier today. And anyway, on this episode was the original series Shore Leave, it's a planet where the planet basically makes whatever you dream, whatever you want to come to reality. So, um, if you were on a planet that could make whatever you wished come true,
Yeah.
what would you, how do you want me to
What
do you want me to open end it up or give her the two options?
Well, first you could say, what would you wish for? And then you can
Okay,
ask her, right?
what would you wish for?
I wish for you to be completely healthy and walking.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd
Yes.
say. She said she'd wish for me to be completely healthy and walking.
And walk.
Well, right. And I understand that and I appreciate it. And I feel the same way. But what if you were with her?
Okay, but let's say I was with you and I could already ask for that for myself.
Right.
So what would you ask for yourself?
I don't know.
Well, think.
I have to think about
Now,
that.
right now would be the second part. Ask her what she.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
would you, one of the things that pop culture curator, when he was a kid, he thought, he'd think of dinosaurs and roller coasters and things like that. But now as an adult, he says he would think about asking time to see relatives who passed before him, like his mother.
And friends,
he
yes.
never got a chance to say a real goodbye to her.
Or does she see that as morbid?
Or do you think that's morbid?
No, I don't think that's morbid at all. What I would have liked, I would have liked my mother to have lived. I realize now, especially being a grandmother, here was this woman that gave birth to me, took care of me, loved me till I was 5 years old. And I hardly remember her. I mean, I remember some things, that stand out, a couple of places we went, but I don't remember her at all. And honestly, I blame my stepmother and my father. My father for going along with my stepmother, and my stepmother not only not encouraging me to remember my mother, but like almost forbidding me to see my mother's family and talk about my mother. And my father allowed this. And it's only recently that I have come to really realize what I'm missing. Oh, because I think about this. I look at Charlie. I mean, when my own children were young, I didn't think about this. I was young. But now I say, I love Charlie so much. But if something were to happen to me in the next year or two, or even 3 or 4, who knows, this little boy won't remember me. I mean, and I would give my life for him and his mother and my son. But I mean, my kids know me, they're adults. And I realized then what I missed by missing my mother. So I would like my mother back. If you can arrange that, great.
Me too. Just one chance to say goodbye is what I'd want, a hug and to say goodbye. Even though I know she's not real,
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. But
I know it
I
would be a
just like to
fantasy,
know
but
her.
right.
Hey.
And it's time to take a lot of videos of yourself with Charlie. So if anything ever does happen, you'll always have the videos.
Yeah, and I hate pictures. I
I know my
really
mom's the
do.
same way. I don't have a single video of my mom. She hated the camera. And now I regret that. I should have forced her. I should have said, well, Mom, I'm going to video you anyway. I wish I would
Well,
have done that because all I have now is my memories.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that also. I really have. In fact, just this last couple of days, and I'm looking in the mirror and saying, should I get rid of the gray hair? Should I go back to brown hair? Maybe buy some makeup that I don't own anymore? I don't know.
Well, Charlie doesn't care about that stuff.
No, but if somebody's going to take a picture of me, I'm going to care about that.
I understand
Uh,
that. Thank you for answering my question. That was very sweet of you.
oh, no, thank you for answering for asking it. Yeah, you brought out something I think that my son didn't even realize
I
that,
didn't realize it either. I had seen that episode when I was young, and I never even thought about it. But it's not till you get older and you're missing people that have passed that that
yeah,
you think of that. Well, if I had one opportunity to bring anything back that I could imagine, it wouldn't be something as shallow as like a roller coaster or dinosaurs. It would be somebody that I love and miss, so I could say
yeah.
goodbye one last time.
Yeah. Oh, I have a whole list of people that I miss, but I think, my mother had to top that list because I didn't really know her. And,
Yep.
Oh, I'm giving this stream back to Bird.
Thank
Are you?
you, Mama Pray.
Oh, thank you. Everybody have a good day, whatever time of day it is where you are.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mama
Bird.
Pray.
You're welcome, sir.
No problem.
Yeah, I never thought that episode impacted me so much, but I watched it last night in preparation for today's stream. All these memories came flooding back, and it's like you have a totally different outlook when you get older. And I do see Yvette says in the chat she wished for dinosaurs.
Yeah, she'd still wish for dinosaurs.
I still would, right? If I had many choices, right? But if I had one choice, it would probably be my mother. She died unexpectedly. I never had a chance to say goodbye, and just give her a hug one last time, even if I knew it wasn't real. I still dream about her. I mean, she died 20 years ago, and I still dream about her. She looks exactly like she did then, right? She doesn't look like she would look now if she lived. So it'd be the same with your mother. If she thought about her, if she thought about your grandmother, she would think about what she looked like back then, not what she would look like now. And I thought that was interesting.
Well, I remember when, and Mama Fred didn't bring it up this time, but one of the other people who was very close to Mama Prey who passed was her half sister, my aunt, who was younger than Mama Prey. Mama Prey almost raised her, for a time closer to a daughter than a sister. When she died, I think she was only 30 years old. And at the time, I remember Mama Prey telling people, like, she's never going to have to worry about getting her first gray hair. She's never going to have to, look, see her with wrinkles on her face. She's never going to have to basically worry about all the things of aging, the pains, the this, the that. And, she, and anybody who remembers her, going to remember her for being a relatively young and a very beautiful person. And I think that,
She would have been next on my list.
Yeah, she would have been next. Mama Pray. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard
the next person on that list.
I remember Mama Prey mentioning her in some of her stories when she was talking about the abusive stepmother and
right
how her stepsister kind of sheltered her some from that.
Mm-hmm. So
that was great. Sorry to take you such off topic, but I appreciate that.
No, it's not off topic. I mean, the topic is completely up to you guys, but I think it's a valid point. For those who do die young, the people who remember them in their prime. Whereas when you die old, don't get me wrong, you can remember them perhaps if you knew of people from when they were in their prime. But yeah, if you dream about somebody, you often dream about them the last time you you saw them, not as often that they were, when they were younger.
Yes.
Always something that I mean, I don't get me wrong, I know ghosts and spirits and whatnot aren't exactly real, but the notion of a soul and afterlife, like if there was anything visual to a person, how would you perceive somebody? Would you be perceiving them when they were in their prime, when they were a certain age? I mean, were they hopefully not when they died, because Jesus, those people, would be terrible. You want to, I mean, what about people who died in, accidents where they became
Or
physically mangled?
or like an infant or a child, right?
Right. Or again, yeah, even that.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mama. Right.
I have never wanted any kind of plastic surgery,
Mhm.
but I've changed my mind. I need to fix myself up to take pictures so everybody remembers me better than I look now.
I'm sure she's beautiful now.
But I'm not going anywhere for at least 30 or 40 years.
Okay.
So,
That's the spirit. Plastic surgery isn't necessarily a good thing sometimes. I like natural beauty.
Mama Frey doesn't need plastic surgery, but it's hard convincing people of that.
I know, which is fine. But yeah, she should. Yeah, it'd be a good idea. Maybe make some videos with Charlie.
I mean, there are a few. Sister Frey takes some. They tend to find their way to Facebook and Google images and just hope that these places, I don't know what they end up doing 10, 20, 30 years from now, if those pictures and videos actually ever remain accessible, or whether they end up getting deleted at some point, or where they start charging people to access them. Who knows? I mean,
That's a good point. I had an archive that I made of my mother's some pictures that I had when she passed away. This is 2002 when she passed away, and I made an archive of pictures and everything, posted them. Let me put it this way, in my Yahoo group, and next thing you know, they were gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right about that. It depends on, you never know. And I shouldn't have relied on Yahoo groups. I was like, I mean, I don't know if you remember that term or not, but it used to be a thing where you could.
At the time, Yahoo was, the biggest name in internet. If you couldn't trust Yahoo, what the hell? It's like Google now.
Right.
But the day will probably come when Google shuts down their photos and Facebook is going to be like, well, the person who owned this photo album has passed away themselves. Who's to say anybody should still have access to it? I don't know.
Exactly. I should have kept them myself, or because I digitized all the photos, posted it on YouTube, or I'm sorry, Yahoo, and now I don't have those scans anymore, and some of those photos I don't have anymore. So that was a total mistake. So in hindsight, when I scanned them, I should have put them on physical media and kept it. I just didn't know that group was going to disappear. But that happens. But there's one exception. Legacy.com. If somebody passes, you can pay a flat fee, which I did for my mother's, for her obituary and a little story about her life. And I posted on legacy.com, and that's supposed to be for life, supposedly. It's still there. It's been 20 years. What's that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope it is, but for life is only the life of the company.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, the good news is legacy.com is ran by the Mormons, so they'll always be into that sort of thing, genealogy and stuff like that. So
okay, yeah, that's a.
But you're right; it could always be bought up by Yeah, it can always be bought up by somebody else or something like that. So that is true. So I do have a hard copy of it. In fact, it's funny I don't know, maybe think of it, but I just looked it up yesterday to see if it was still there, and it was. I'm like, okay, good, because she died 28 years ago yesterday. So that's what made me think about going to look and make sure that it was still there, and it was. And it's nice. There's an online guest book. People can go in anytime, any year, and sign notes,
Um,
whatever they want about the person.
that's good. I should check that out because I made a website for Dad Pray, but it's on my web server, and as long as I'm around, it'll be okay. But the day will come when I'm not. And
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's why I put it, and hopefully it'll be here long after I'm gone. That way her grandkids can still post and go look at it. I picked a very beautiful picture of her when she was nice and young in the 60s with a big beehive hairstyle. So that way it would be flattering for her if she was around. And then I added the eulogy and things like that. And that was 20 years ago, and I'm so glad I did it. It was one of the best investments I ever made, and I'm glad it's still there. I'm sorry to make this stream so somber. Everybody was having a great time before I came along.
I wasn't. It's fine. These are good things to know. I didn't even know. I didn't know that was a service they offered.
Yeah, as you know, the Mormons are really heavy into genealogy.
I did know that. I mean, I know they run like ancestry.com and stuff, and I know they spend a lot of effort looking back into everybody's family trees, because I believe what I was told was that if you did convert to Mormonism, that there's something, or they supposedly go back and I don't know what, some prayer or something, that they go back to your family and like enter 7 generations or however many, 3 generations maybe, back into their books for some reason.
Well, you could do that. They do. They have a charge service. You don't have to be a Mormon, because I know a couple of relatives who did that and were able to pull a lot of information from my family. So, Ancestry.com, it is the thing that anybody could pay for to look up and see what's available, but you don't necessarily have to be a Mormon.
Right. Yeah. No, you don't have to be a Mormon. No, but I thought it was that, like, if I converted to Mormonism, something like they would kind of, I don't know. I mean, they can't convert somebody who's already dead, but
yes,
for all practical purposes.
Their belief is they can convert people that are dead. That's the reason why they created the whole genealogy system.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And hello, Yvette, and not Ryan Johnson and 47 Yorktown in the chat. I just want to say hello to everybody. I didn't want you guys to think I was ignoring you. Bird, when do we get our first reviews of Picard season 3?
Well, I guess when it comes out, and then whatever Thursday it comes out, I'll watch it, and I'll have hopefully the first review up later that day.
Well, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the show, but I'm looking forward to your review.
Thank you. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, like, there's a 0.1% chance, I guess, that it could be good. And let's just say, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, and I point out that episode 1 of Picard season 1, I enjoyed, and episode 1 of Picard season 2, I enjoyed. So there's a chance, that the first episode I might enjoy. It's whether by episode 5 am I still enjoying it is going to be the big question. But we'll see. There's time for that.
Well, I'm sure one of the biggest concerns a lot of Trek fans have also is that they don't do to the characters what they've done to Picard's character because they've kind of destroyed his character, right? I mean, now he's a robot, right?
Absolutely.
Android.
Well, he's a organic android. So
That's
I
true.
don't,
I thought I heard it's supposed to premiere soon, but I could be wrong.
it's February. I believe February
Gotcha.
18th. Something around somewhere mid-February.
All right, that's terrific. I'm not for the show, but like I said, I'm excited to hear your reviews. They're very entertaining, enlightening, and funny.
Thank you. We'll see. We'll see. God help us
Now,
if Worf really is a pacifist.
oh, I didn't hear that. Oh,
In the preview or the trailer, Worf says he tells Riker something. He's like, "I have to warn you. I no longer consider myself a warrior. I've come to be a pacifist."
I'm
As
not
he
surprised.
pulls,
Yeah.
but he's wearing a sword on his back. How many pacifists walk around with a sword on their back?
Ask the writers, right?
So, I mean, I kind of hope it was a joke. I kind of hope that was just like being played for a joke. And they put it in the trailer just to like shock us. But like he's going to just laugh or something like, I got a sense of humor after all. Because I just can't imagine.
I hope they do that. That would be nice.
I can't imagine that they would seriously say, right. I mean, it'd be like Gandhi. It'd be Gandhi walking around with a AK-47 from his shoulder,
Like Rambo.
saying, "I'm a pacifist."
Well, I hope so too, but it just seems like, masculinity seems to be very toxic in Hollywood these days, unfortunately. So I hope it doesn't bleed into that show as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see soon enough.
That we will. And I wanted to ask you, Bird, what is your favorite episode from the original series, Star Trek?
Oh, for me, it's the Enterprise incident.
Oh, interesting. That is a good episode. That's not one most people label as their favorite, but it's a great episode, so I definitely understand that.
Yeah, Enterprise incident. Then Trouble with Tribbles, Balance of Terror, Space Seed, and shit, I forgot the fifth.
I'm surprised City on the Edge of Forever wasn't in there.
City on the Edge of Forever. There it is.
Oh, there it is. And I am definitely interested. Scotty R37 was telling me that there's an episode of DS9 that has some Klingons from TOS in it. 3 of them to be exact.
Yes, it's actually a couple of episodes of DS9 with TOS Klingons, but one specific episode that has 3. It has Koloth, Kang, and
Core,
right?
That's the one he was talking about. Do you happen to remember what season or what episode it is?
An earlier season. It's I think it's called Blood Oath.
Okay.
Let me get it out.
That I am definitely looking forward to watching that, and hopefully that will get me to watching DS9, I'm hoping.
Blood Oath. You haven't seen season 2. Season 2, episode 19.
Gotcha.
You
Thank you.
haven't
Yep, thank you. I
seen
will obtain that.
DS9?
Not a single
Um,
episode completely, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
And I could
Yeah.
have misinterpreted. It's just that when it premiered, I didn't like that they didn't travel through space. So I thought, well, there's no exploring, no strange new worlds, no. And it just, I don't know. It just, I wanted to see a ship traveling through space, but
They
that could be
they
just
do.
me.
They travel. They've got runabouts. They travel to nearby planets. They go through the wormhole and explore.
Well, I
I
will
mean,
give it a
it's not the
second look. I
same as a.
promise.
I mean, then in season 3 they get the Defiant, so then they're often on the Defiant doing stuff.
Now, what's the advantage of the Defiant? It's like a fancy warship, right? It's like really powerful.
Well, the Defiant, yeah, it was made to fight the Borg, so they use it to fight to the Dominion, because for
Gotcha.
several seasons they don't know who really the Dominion is. They just know the Dominion told them not to come through the wormhole again, and they destroy a few Federation ships. So that to go through the wormhole, they use the Defiant. The Defiant's got a cloaking device because there's a Romulan on board the Defiant who allows them to use the cloaking device when they're in their gamma quadrant. So it's a Romulan cloaking device, so that they can do their exploring without running amiss of the Dominion.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will give it a second chance. I know it's a fantastic series, and there's a lot of fans out there, and I know you guys love it. So I'm willing to give it
The
another
first
chance.
season, a lot of the exploration comes to them. I will give you that. There's not a whole lot of exploring done the very first season, but it's a wonderful first season. It's building up. The second season and beyond, they do their fair share of exploring.
All right. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, is there anything else, Bob, you wanted to bring up?
No, I just want to say thank you for letting me come on for a few minutes. Usually I'm at work and I miss these streams and I feel bad, but I'm glad I was able to be home today for this.
Oh, awesome. 47
Yeah.
Yorktown says Defiant is Cisco's pimp hand. Yeah. Cisco can pretty much go wherever he wants with the ship.
I do hear a lot of people saying it's their favorite Starfleet vessel, so I guess I'll give it that.
I mean, it's different. It's no Enterprise. It's no Voyager. It's built to do one thing, and that was destroy the Borg.
And isn't it a lot smaller crew?
It's a small ship,
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let Worf hear you say it, but it's a small ship.
Well, that does sound interesting. I will check out Blood. I'll obtain that. And when I heard that it has the three and the same actors from the TOS, it's like, yeah, I've got to see that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
and
you,
there's
Bird.
quite
Thank
a
you for having
few
me.
with. You're welcome. Welcome. With.
What were you gonna say?
I said there's quite a. There's I don't know 2 or 3 other episodes where. I forget which one. Core. I think it's Core. Is in it. Core comes back a couple more times, and has one adventure with Worf and Jadzia, and then comes back again after Jadzia dies in the final season to do one last mission. So, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
No problem. I kind of envy you if you get to watch DS9 over for the first time.
I know I should start from the beginning, but
yes. I mean, if you want to watch one episode, just to, episode 2 or season 2, whatever, just the one we just talked about, Blood Oath,
Right.
just so you have some idea before you start watching. I get it, but I would strongly advise watching from the beginning.
Thank you. I will check that out. I appreciate it. And then I'll go back and watch all your reviews and your watch parties.
Don't do that. That'll take way too long. And frankly, if you watched it already, it'd just be boring. But no, enjoy the show, please. Hopefully
Thank you,
do.
Bird. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Since I know we're never going to get any new real Star Trek, might as well look back at the classics, I figure.
Absolutely. Anyone else out there in chat have any other questions before we conclude for today? Give it a minute. Doesn't appear so. Okay, guys, thank you all for coming. Pop Culture Curator, thank you. And I generally, when I can, I watch you on Antiderivative Jill's channel, and I watch on your channel when you do animated series.
Thank you, and I do appreciate it.
You can't usually stay for the whole thing. You guys go into a lot of detail, very detailed streams,
yeah,
but
2 to 3 hours worth, unfortunately.
Yeah, I come in for when I can and listen. I leave a like, and I suggest anybody else who's out there subscribe to Pop Culture Curator, subscribe to Antiderivative Jill, and check out their Star Trek TOS and TAS streams.
Thank you, Bird.
You're welcome. Qapla all, I guess. Bird and panel out. And thank you all.
Bird. See you soon.
Thank you all for being channel members, and I really appreciate the support.
Best channel on the net. It's worth it.